Hi, this is Ferris J, and in this video I'm going to introduce you to meridian tapping, specifically EFT tapping. I'm going to show you how you can do a round of tapping for yourself. So it's a 5-step process. The first step is to choose the issue you want to work on. And the key here is to be specific. To be as specific as you can, to really tune into the emotions behind the issue. So if you're feeling upset, really get a sense of that, maybe where you'd feel it in your body. And the second step, which leads on from that, is to rate the intensity. And in EFT, we rate the intensity on the SUDS level, from 0 to 10. With 0 being, it's not an issue, it's not affecting you. And with 10 being, it's huge, it's as big as it can be, it's really intense. So pick something that you'd like to work on, tune into the emotion of it, and rate it on that scale of 0 to 10. And write your number down, because we're going to do a demonstration. So the third part, if we're following traditional EFT, is what they call the setup statement, where we have our issue, the negative emotion, and we pair it with a positive affirmation. For traditional EFT, we do this while tapping on this part of the hand that we call the karate point, and we say it 3 times, and the setup statement is, even though I have this issue, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now I will say some people are not comfortable saying that they love and accept themselves. And if that is the case, you can substitute a different phrase. You could say, I want this to improve, or I want this to feel better. Do whatever you're comfortable with doing. Okay, so if you have your issue, you have your number. We do the setup statement, and then step 4 is to do the points. So I'm going to walk you through the points now, and then we're going to do the setup statement and the points together. So we start with the point we call the inner eye, and we tap lightly about 7 times. And this is just where the eye socket meets the bridge of the nose. And then the second point is what we call the outer eye, and that's just the bone, just at the edge of the outer eye. Again, we tap lightly about 7 times. And then the third point is under the eye, and that's just on the bone of the cheekbone. The next point we call under the nose, and that's under the nose but above the lip. Then we do under the mouth, which is between the bottom of the mouth and the chin. The next point is the collarbone point. You can find it by going to your collarbone and going out and down, and there are dimples. Or some people just tap around that area, and that works just as well in stimulating those meridian points. Then we have under the arms, and for women this is about where your brow line would be. And finally there's the point at the top of the head, which is right up, so you go up from your ears, right up at the top of the head, and you can just tap around in a little circle. Okay, so now we're going to do the setup statement and the tapping round together. So I'm going to tap and speak, and I want you to repeat after me. So remember what your issue is. Again, tune into that. You've written your intensity down. And when we're doing this round, I'm going to just say your issue. You can put in your own words, or just still make sure you focus on your own issue while we tap. Okay. Even though I have this issue, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this issue, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this issue, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now we go to the points, and we'll start with the inner eye. This issue, We say a reminder phrase as we tap. Outer eye. This issue. Under the eye. This issue. Under the nose. This issue. Under the mouth. This issue. Collarbone. This issue. Under the arm. This issue. Top of the head. This issue. Take a deep breath. And then the final step is we re-rate our issue, the emotional intensity on that 0 to 10 scale. So check in with what your issue was and see if your number has changed. Mostly the number will go down, but occasionally it might spike, it might go up, because when we tune in, sometimes the intensity gets bigger. If that's the case, do another tapping round on those points and the number will come down. And what we want when we're tapping is to get the number to 0, so there is no intensity left. So congratulations, you've just tapped a round of EFT, and I hope that was helpful for you. I'll give you a couple of quick tips with using EFT for yourself. The first one, I can't say it enough, is be specific. Really tune into the emotion. Say that you're dealing with a pain in your wrist. Just really tune in. Is it a shooting pain, a burning pain, or a throbbing? That's an example of how to get more specific. If there are different aspects of your issue, if you're upset and annoyed, write them both down and then work through one completely and then move to the other. Also, if you find it hard to know what to say when tapping, I have a whole video about that. What I will say here is that the words aren't the important thing, it's the focus that is most important. And my last tip is you can use EFT out in public. There are meridian points on our fingers, here on the thumb and on the sides at the top of all these fingers, that work really well. I call these first aid points. You can do this when you're out. You can even do it with the same finger. So you could have your hand under a table or behind your back. It just means that if some emotional intensity comes up, you can very subtly and discreetly be tapping. That simple. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more EFT tapping videos, this YouTube channel has videos on a variety of subjects, and I'm doing more all the time, so please subscribe to the channel. And also visit my website. I have blog posts there and usually a lot of free information too. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.